my channel. So I've decided to create full evening glam with all drugstore products, showing you my best of 2017 beauty products from the drugstore. So if you want to know how I got this look, then please keep on watching. I've already done my brows and I did them with the Soap and Glory Brow Archery pencil, and this is in the shade Dark Chocolate, I believe. This is literally my favorite go-to brow product. It's so good. I think I'm going to start off with my eyes though, just because I think I'm going to do quite an intense look. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to conceal my eyes with my Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer. This is literally one of my favorite concealers ever from the, actually not one of, it's my only favorite concealer from the drugstore because the shade is just amazing. I love the feel of it, the consistency, the finish, and then I'm going to set that in place with my Vichy Dermablend translucent powder. This is my go-to drugstore setting powder. I like to save my expensive Laura Mercier for special occasions. Day to day, I'm so happy using this because it just gives me such a good finish. I'm just setting the eyes with this powder so that our eyeshadows can go on top nicely. For eyes, I feel like there are so many good options for eyeshadows at the drugstore, but one of my absolute favorites are basically NYX eyeshadows and any like NYX palettes. This is one of them. This is the Warm Zone Sculpting Palette. I'm going to start off with this neutral shade right here, and I'm going to start by taking this through the crease. Blend this right here, and only a teeny bit, and I'm just taking it in windscreen wiper motions. I'm also going to use this NYX eyeshadow palette, and this is the Love Contours All palette. Again, another fantastic palette, but I'm going to take this shade right here. We're going to take this on the inner and outer corners. So I'm going to start with a pencil brush. I'm just going to build this up right here. Inner and outer corners, like I mentioned. I'm going to do a bit of a spotlight eye. I feel like it's been so long since I did a spotlight eye. And then just with a smaller blending brush, you're just going to softly blend out those edges and make it like join up in the middle just by taking it in like a windscreen wiper motion again. And then I'm going to go into the first NYX palette I showed you, and I'm going to take this dark brown shade here. We're just basically building up that color to make it deeper. It's always good to build up with tones, and when you sandwich your shadows in like this, it lasts a lot longer. And then just go ahead and blend again, making sure that color doesn't go too high and it's nice and deep on the lid and just through the crease. I think all the products I'm using for the eyes are actually all NYX, but that's not a bad thing because NYX hook it up. So then I'm going to take this NYX Vivid Bright Cream color, and this is in the shade Rock Glam or Glam Rock. It's this coppery toned cream, like creamy base kind of thing. I'm just going to pick some up on my brush, and then just in the center of the eye where your pupil is, right in the center, looking straight down into a mirror, I'm going to swipe this on. We still want that definition through the crease, and I'm going to start to just widen this up a little bit. So that's going to act as a base for our copper eyeshadow, just so that it pops more and it's really nice and bright. I'm going back into the same Warm Zone palette, and I'm going to take this coppery shade from the palette, and I'm literally just going to pop this eyeshadow straight over the top of that coppery cream color. Whoa, that is intense. And then I'm just going to take that brown eyeshadow just over the edges so that there's a blend. I might actually take a bit more of that coppery cream color just over the top, just to kind of like dull down the copper, because I preferred the copper of the cream color. Okay, we're getting it somewhat, girl. And then finally for the eyes, I want to pop a little bit of glitter on. So I'm going to use the Makeup Geek glitter in the shade Solar Flare. I know you can't actually get this in the drugstore, but Makeup Geek is definitely an affordable brand. If you want to check out other glitters, NYX do some awesome glitters, but I didn't have a copper one. I had a Makeup Geek one. I'm going to pop it on with the NYX Glitter Primer. Even if I was doing a high-end video and I needed to put glitter on, which I've done in many videos before, I always use this glitter primer because it genuinely is the best. I'm going to pick up some glitter and just press that over the top. Oh my god, that has literally just made this look pop even more. I love it. So that's it for the eyes for now. We're going to move on to skin, and I'm going to prime my skin with my NYX Angel Veil Primer. Honestly, I didn't mean to use this many goddamn NYX products, but when I was picking out my favorite, these are my favorites. This is my favorite drugstore primer because it literally does what it says on the tin, and it actually acts like a veil over the top of your skin. It just makes your makeup go on so smooth. And then for foundation, nope, it's not NYX, it's L'Oreal. It's the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I've used this so much this year. I love it on its own. I actually love mixing this with any foundation. I mix it with a lot of my high-end foundations. The shade of this foundation, I swear to God, is probably one of my top foundations ever for shade. I love the finish of this foundation also, but in terms of shade, it's actually perfect. I use this in the shade 6.5. This gives you such good coverage as well. It's like medium to buildable full coverage. Foundation's on, and I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer again. And this is just going under the eyes and in all the usual places that I like to highlight. This is definitely a concealer that you can build up with, which is another reason why it's so great, because it's nice and lightweight in consistency, but it's still got good coverage. You can build it up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all out by stippling that into the skin. As I've already blended out one eye, before I blend out the other, I'm just going to take my Vichy Dermablend powder and I'm going to set it before it creases. But just to ensure there's no creasing, I'm just going to make sure it's nice and smooth under the eye. And then I'm going to quickly powder this and then blend out the other eye. Not only does this powder work on my skin tone, it also gives me a smooth finish, which is why I love it. I'm also just going to use the same powder anywhere where we've already highlighted. And I'm just going to make sure I get it around my mouth because I'm a smiley person and my foundation can sometimes crease here in my smile line. So just want to avoid that. So I've not actually found a good enough face powder for me to be able to tell you about. So I'm actually just going to set the rest of my face with a bit of this translucent powder. Really lightly. Because I normally like a coloured powder to set my foundation and I like a translucent powder to set under my eyes, but this powder actually works. It doesn't make me look, as you can see, I've just set the rest of my face and it doesn't make me look ashy at all. So I'm just going to quickly finish off the eyes. Now that my base is on, I'm just going to take the same two brown eyeshadows under my eyes. So I'm going to take the lighter one first and then just taking that dark brown, mainly just along that lower lash line on the outer corner, not the whole way along. So I'm going to use the Pure Cosmetics On Point eyeliner. I know this isn't drugstore. You can use any black kohl liner. And I'm just going to run this along my lower lash line, sorry, my lower waterline. And I'm just going to tightline a little bit as well because we're not applying liner. Breathe. Breathe, breathe. For lashes, I actually have two favourite mascaras, and one of them is the L'Oreal False Lash Sculpt Mascara, but you saw this in last year's best of video, so I'm going to use my other favourite, which is the L'Oreal Paradise Extatic. I think this is one of their newest mascaras, but it's definitely a good one. I love it. And then for lashes, you literally cannot go wrong with some Eylure lashes. These are so easily accessible. You can get these at your drugstore. You can get this bloody shopping in River Island. Eylure lashes are absolutely everywhere, so you can get your hands on them literally anywhere you go. You can even get them when you go to Tesco. They've got so many different styles. And I'm going to go with a bit more of a lightweight style for this look. These are the Enchanted lashes. I always just like to place them on really nice and close to my lash line, especially when you've not got liner on. You need to get it really close to your natural lash line. So moving on to the face, I'm going to bronze it up with my favorite bronzer, and this is the NYX matte bronzer in the shade medium. I think I mentioned this in last year's best of video as well. So I'm literally just going to take this to my cheeks. I just love how smooth this bronzer is, and also the shade just warms up the skin so nicely. It also goes on beautifully. And then to contour, I'm going to use my trusty Sleek contour kit, and this is also in the shade medium. I've had this for so many years. Sleek do such a good cream contour kit as well. I was going to cream contour in this video, but yeah, I just felt like it was a lot already. But Sleek for contouring is amazing, like whether it's cream, powder. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like drugstore's like an option that people go to just for like an everyday makeup or simple makeup because it's cheaper. But you can totally create full glam looks and it will last and things like that with drugstore makeup as well, which is what I wanted to kind of show you that you can achieve. And then for highlight, I'm going to use this amazing highlighter by Maybelline, and it's their Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold, and it looks like this. Oh my god, Like, are you seeing this? So this is just going all over the high points of my face. So top of the cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, forehead, cupid's bow, chin, basically everywhere, because I love highlight. Look at that highlight though. Yes, look at that. Right, for blusher, I love my peachy blushes. The Milani Baked Blusher, and this is in the shade Luminoso. I love a blusher that's got a bit of a sheen to it. It gives your skin a bit more of a healthy glow. And I also love peachy blushes. It just gives your skin like a really nice, healthy, natural flush, which I love. And then finally for the lips, I feel like you cannot beat, actually, there's two main lip liner brands that I think are friggin' awesome in the drugstore. One of them is Rimmel, and then the other one is NYX. I believe these came out this year, and it's the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liners. They're basically a dupe for a MAC lip liner, and if you know me, I love my MAC lip liners. But yeah, I'm going to use this NYX one in the shade Kitten Heels, and I'm going to line my lips with this shade. And for lipstick, yes, liquid lipsticks are in, and there are so many good liquid lipstick options in the drugstore. However, I still love my normal basic lipsticks, and Rimmel came out with so many amazing shades. So I'm gonna wear the shade 500. These lipsticks are so comfortable to wear. For being matte, they're very creamy. So guys, here we have the finished look, and I just wanted to show you that you can still do a full glam on a budget. There are so many amazing brands and products in the drugstore now. They really have stepped their game up. Drugstore's not just for your everyday. Drugstore's not just for the daytime. It's for everything. So maybe try swapping out a few of your high-end products for a few drugstore ones and see how you get on. I'd love to know if you want to see more drugstore looks from me. Please like this video if you do want to see more, and also don't forget to comment down below with some suggestions or with a few of your favorite drugstore products, because I'm always on the hunt to find more. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye!